Students, today I'll be taking about the lateral ventricle. So this is a medial surface of the brain where we can make out this corpus callosum, and once the septum pellucidum has been taken out, you can make out the parts of the lateral ventricle, and here's a frontal lobe and here's occipital lobe. So the parts of lateral ventricle is the anterior horn, central part, posterior horn and inferior horn. So it is a C-shaped structure. So inferior horn extends into the temporal lobe, anterior horn extends into the frontal lobe, posterior horn extends into the occipital lobe. So these are the parts of the lateral ventricle, and the parts of corpus callosum are, this is the rostrum, the bent part is a genu, this is a body or the trunk, and this is a splenium. So these are parts of corpus callosum. In turn, they form the boundaries of the lateral ventricle. So first and foremost, when you come to the central part of lateral ventricle, you have the roof, floor, medial wall and lateral wall. So the medial wall for all the parts of lateral ventricle, it is uniform, that is formed by septum pellucidum, which covers the lateral ventricle. So the roof is mainly formed by the inferior surface of corpus callosum, the body of the corpus callosum, and the floor is mainly formed by the body of the caudate nucleus. So here is a caudate nucleus, the bulge part you can make out this caudate nucleus, which in turn has got head, body and tail of the caudate nucleus. So the body of the caudate nucleus forms the floor of the central part of the lateral ventricle. So in this you can clearly make out that. And this is the anterior horn. So anterior horn has got medial wall, lateral wall and the roof. So medial wall, it is mainly formed by the septum pellucidum, and the floor is mainly formed by the head of the caudate nucleus. So this is the head of the caudate nucleus, you can make out here. This is the head of the caudate nucleus. Then when you come to the posterior horn, so posterior horn is deeper and it is into the occipital lobe. So in the posterior horn, you have one important elevation that is formed by the calcarean sulcus, and that is called as calcar heavis. Calcar heavis, that is an elevation formed by the calcarean sulcus of the occipital lobe. So in this specimen you can make out the cut parts of the lateral ventricle. So here is the anterior horn, central part, posterior horn and the inferior horn. So once you cut and take it out, you can make out. So this is the posterior horn, and clearly you can make out the elevation here. So the elevation, it is a calcar heavis. So this is a calcar heavis elevation. Then when coming to the inferior horn, so inferior horn passes into the temporal lobe, and roof is mainly formed by the tail of the caudate nucleus and amygdaloid body. So this is a inferior horn, and floor is mainly formed by the hippocampus and parahippocampus. So here you can make out this inferior horn. So the entire structure is like a C-shaped manner, and when we cut the section, coronal section, so this you can make out the parts of lateral ventricle. This is the front part, central, anterior horn, central part, posterior horn you can make out, and this is the septum pellucidum, and the connecting part or the anterior relation of this anterior horn you can make out is forceps minor, and here is a forceps major. So the parts of the corpus callosum, they form the boundaries of the lateral ventricle. So the importance of lateral ventricle is it has got connection with the third ventricle through interventricular foramen. If this gets blocked, then it leads to blockage of CSF. Thank you.